Hi, I'm Fitz. I'm at the 2013 Long Island International Film Expo with Olenka Denysenko. And did I pronounce it correctly?
Pretty close.
Good, give it to me right, please.
Olenka Denysenko.
Olenka Denysenko. And she has two films in this year's festival, Goodbye Sweetheart and Alternate Sides. Writer, producer, director on both films.
That's right.
And were they made concurrently? Did they change your ability to manage the rest of your life? It sounds quite overwhelming.
It is, yeah. I started Goodbye Sweetheart first, and I actually was trying to raise money for it, and it took 2 years to get the film financed to the place that I wanted it. And at the same time, while I was being frustrated with that whole process, I started thinking about a smaller budget film, which sort of came about as Alternate Sides. And then the financing came into place pretty much around the same time that I was ready to shoot the other film. So they both kind of happened within a month of each other, as it happens.
It makes it so they were shot in what time frame?
I mean, the Goodbye Sweetheart was shot in 3 days, and Alternate Sides was shot in 5 days.
How far apart from each other?
I'd say like a month and a half.
Busy time.
Yes, while working as well, full time.
Yeah. As a writer, director, producer, there's so many stages that this can come in, and you may be ready and poised to begin a process and be cast. And then you were mentioning that you had to make some changes in this case. What was that? And then in terms of what was that defining budgetary limitation that made you feel like you weren't ready to shoot the first time you were cast?
Well, for Goodbye Sweetheart, we had the entire film cast, and then we just didn't have enough money to make the film properly, the way that I wanted to do it. So I made that hard decision of postponing. And then a year or so later, when we were actually ready to go forward, the cast wasn't available. So we had to go through the entire process again from the beginning, and it was tough. And as a filmmaker, you really want to get the right proper cast, and so you have this vision in your head, and then you have to sort of re-visualize it.
I always find that very informative, getting to see actors approach roles and then step away as the creative mind of a project and then recast. How did it shape your understanding and vision of the piece that you were championing and that you wrote?
Well, we have some amazing actors, and I think each actor, they're just so good at their craft, and they take the character that you've written, and you might have a vision on your own, but then when they come, they just capture it in a different way that you might not have thought of initially. So with a good actor, they sort of take the reins, and as a director, you just lead them along the way.
And as a director, do you feel comfortable maybe bringing to the second actor an element that the first actor brought, that you felt that you learned from that actor's take on your writing, and share that actor's insight, as it were? Does that question?
No, I mean, I think enough time had passed that I wasn't sort of trying to capture something, that had already that had happened a while ago. I think it's important. There's always setbacks that filmmakers are going to face, whether it's during production or in pre-production, when the light's going down and you have to make that hard decision of like, okay, are we going to do 3 shots, or are we going to re-envision it and do 1 shot that we can actually make? So I think just you have to focus on what you have and what your resources allow for you to do.
I'm here at the Long Island International Film Expo with Olenka Denysenko, who's the writer, director, producer of Alternate Sides and Goodbye Sweetheart.